Okay, so we're back today to see the Stag. We've got the latest updates on that. So you've been busy with the roof and all the bits and pieces, the fittings on the door handles. So how's it going now?
Yeah, so it's been up to Robsport. They've put in all the frames for the door, as you see.
Yeah.
They've fitted out all the doors, so there's quite a lot of work goes on in there with the handles, the locking mechanism, the electric windows, that type of stuff. All underneath the surface, all the braking systems now been sorted out. It's all filled up and tested, so we're good there. And we've been front to back on the car in terms of safety. So all of the suspension, all the drive shafts, everything like that has been tightened up and torqued down. So you know, it's critical that we know the car's safe to get to that point.
These door handles, these are brand new, aren't they?
Yes.
They're slightly different. They've got a plastic section across there. Is that right? Rather than the chrome.
Yeah. So I've still got the chrome ones.
Right.
The originals. They're very pitted. So at some stage I'm probably going to get them treated and chromed up, but these are relatively cheap, so this keeps the build going, and you know, we'll get back to
getting everything in place, as it were,
yeah.
which is good. Les, can you talk us through the electric side of it, what's involved? It's quite a lengthy process, isn't it?
Yeah, what happens is that the original loom is put into the car, and we generate a list of each of the components that are on the vehicle, and we put something against them that says, is it reused? And when we use it again and need to test it, do we delete it because it's no longer in the car, something like a fuel pump? And of course there's a load of stuff that gets added. And then basically we start at the top of the list and we keep working our way down, looking for you know, does it function? Does it turn on when it should? Does it turn off when it should? Is it coming on with the ignition? That type of stuff. And it's just a matter of working our way through that. It's not a quick.
And how
job.
long has that taken so far?
We've been on it 3 days now.
Right.
Longer than we would have expected, but what's happened is, you know, we spent nearly £1,000 on a brand new loom for the whole vehicle, and you assume it's right. And so the last couple of days we found there was a live wire missing out of the loom, and the plug was just empty. And yesterday we found that there was 2 wires that had been put into plugs incorrectly, and so of course, you know, you spend a lot of time thinking it must be something I've done, when actually it turns out in the end that the loom was assembled incorrectly.
Yeah.
Just moving on to the fuel pump now, and I've just realised, although we don't use the fuel pump, we're reusing that wiring for something else. But that comes off the inertia switch, so we've got to sort that out. So
we're looking at the trimmers soon, and when's that coming up, the trimmers?
Oh God, that gives me nightmares. So the trimmers is in about a week and a half from now. So 2 important things really. The slightly easier one, the boot area, needs to be finished, so every bit of wiring needs to be tested in there, bolted down, everything ready to go. And of course the bigger problem is everything in here has to be finished.
Yeah.
So 2 important things: the heating ventilation system, the air conditioning. Clearly we can't afford a leak once this thing's trimmed out, so all of that's got to be tested. And all of this electric wiring that you see here, everything's got to be tested, so we don't want to be climbing through the car, you know, testing cables, pulling things off. So a week and a half we've got, and all of this has got to be done, the dash has got to be in, and so that we can hand it over.
So Les, you've got a couple of extra features, haven't you, you're going to be putting in. Can you explain what those are, please?
Yeah, one of the things that we've just been doing in the background is all of the dash has been had a new veneer put on it, and so this is sort of an example of what we're doing to modernise the car in a sympathetic way. So this is the original piece that goes in this part of the dash, and what we've done is put a wireless charger underneath the thing. And for that we've added some new wiring and an electronic module to control the power for the phone charging. And so when it's finished, you don't see it, there's nothing to be seen, but we've created a more modern vehicle able to wirelessly charge phones. So that's very typical of what we're trying to do. We modernise without it being seen at the end.
So we're here with Nick now. He's going to explain what's been going on underneath the Stag.
So we've got the whole of the powertrain in now. We've built a subframe, which I think we've shown you before, which comes off the gearbox mount at the rear and actually goes into the cross member at the front here. So we actually come off the, I think it's the steering gear mounts at the front here, and that cradles the motor. So we've got the motor mounted on rubber at the front of the motor, and then we've got the reduction box on the rear, so a 2-to-1 reduction box, and then that runs straight out at the back here onto the prop shaft. So the new prop shaft made. Our friends at Bailey Morris made that for us, and that just fits from basically from about here at the rear of the prop all the way back. That's all completely original. This gearbox mounting here is actually original as well, so we've just got onto that. You know, we've been very careful to make sure that we don't cut anything, change anything from the original car. We've still got a little bit of work to do here.
So it's a really neat job, isn't it?
Yeah, just got to get it to work now. It'll be fine.
So let's hope Les can sort out his wiring, and in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.